After all, what nini mbaya wanaweza kufanyia if you over negotiate? There's nothing. Remember, we've got also scammers. You'll find that we have this kind of scammers. So hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Monica, and so guys, in our today's video I want to take you through some of these things that you should be aware of when you are joining the importation business. This is something that I feel it's very important, because if you do it in the wrong way, then you are out of business. Okay, and guys, as you continue watching this video, please guys, make sure you like the video and also subscribe. Okay, and then apart from that, I also have a masterclass whereby you can join and learn how you can import your goods from China only for 2,000 Kenya shillings, which is maybe equivalent to 20 USD. That is what I'm trying to assume anyway. Okay, so you can always join this class and learn how you can import. There are so many benefits that you are going to get in this group, because we are going to work together with you throughout this journey, because in everything that you decide to do, whether you want to go into farming, you always want that mentor, right? You need that mentor to hold your hand. You need that mentor to tell you, by the way, don't do this. I once did this and it frustrated me. So it's always good for you to have a mentor. In the meantime, let's go ahead with the video. Okay, before you even decide to import your products from China, and I'm assuming at this very stage you're already having a conversation with the supplier, it's always good for you, before you decide, I want to import my goods via air or I want to import my goods via sea. And even if you have decided which method you want to use, it's always good for you to know how much weight or how much is the CBM for your products. And this information, you can ask this information from your supplier. And why do I say this information is very important? It is important because you are able to know how much am I going to pay for the transport, for the shipping cost from China all the way to my own country. And something else, once you know this, how much are you going to pay, it means that generally you are able to know how much is this product costing you, how much is the cost, and then it's so easy for you to determine the selling price. And then eventually you are able to know how much am I going to sell this product, and therefore you are not going to make any what do I want to say, you're not going to make any loss towards setting up your price. So knowing this, it's very important. It's very important in the entire journey of you importing a product. Okay, the other thing that actually you should know, it's about packaging of the product. How are your product packaged? How are your product packaged? And how your product is packaged, it's very important. Do you know why? Because depending on the kind of product that you are importing, for example, if you are importing, let's say, a TV set, right? You wouldn't want your TV set to arrive when it's broken into pieces or something. So you need to know how well is your product packaged. However, if you're importing bags, if you're importing shoes, why do you need to know how your products are packaged? This is a scenario that I had with a client. A client decided to import bags from China. And when they decided to import this product, you know what they usually do? You'll find in the bags, they will put a lot of, I don't know how to call them, inside the bag, maybe a lot of papers or stuffs, ziko na hewa or something. And they do this because they don't want your bag or your pair of shoes to get out of shape, So this one is very important. And then this client, because the bags have so many things filled inside, a lot of papers, just to ensure that the bag doesn't lose its shape. Also, the client decided that they are going to ship their goods via air. So, number one mistake that this client did, number one, they had not even confirmed how much is the weight or the CBM of these bags. So they just decided they want to ship their goods via air, even too blindly, without even having a consideration. Number two, as much as you are concerned about the shape of these bags, you allowing your bags to be shipped with all this excess stuff. and you are shipping your goods via air, this definitely means what? They are going to add the kg. They are going to add the weight of this product, and you know, more weight, it means that you are going to pay expensively for this product. So it's good for you to know how the packaging is, and if need be, you can also get rid of those stuff. Yeah, if need be, that is. So for example, for me, when I'm importing my shoes, sometimes I just tell the supplier toys of vitu ziko ndani mi sizihitaji, because sometimes inakwanga too much excess and then unapata zinakulia space kubwa kubwa. So for me sometimes I prefer zitoe to as they reduce, because sometimes they have a lot of feelings. Yes, those ones wameka tu mavitu mingi huko ndani. So sometimes I prefer telling a supplier nitolee hizo stuff, sihitaji all this stuff, you know, because they are adding weight and the CBM. Okay, then you should also be aware of something else. You see, when you are talking with your supplier, you are given the room to negotiate. You can negotiate and negotiate and negotiate. Don't just assume because your supplier just say that this product is $20 and you assume that is it. Or just because you had checked another supplier and maybe they were more expensive and you just found a cheaper supplier, that this means that you cannot negotiate. You need to negotiate, negotiate and negotiate again. After all, what nini mbaya wanaweza kufanya if you over negotiate? There's nothing. So go ahead with the negotiation, okay? But at the same time, we said this, don't just over negotiate and then you do what? You overlook on the, is it under or overlook on the quality. You assume you are not paying consideration on the quality. Okay, so you also need to pay attention to this. All right, then something else that you should be aware of, if you are starting on importation, I always advocate this again and again, always go for samples. Samples, they are very, very important, especially if for you it's not just for your personal consumption. You are importing this product you're importing this product for your business. Samples, they are very, very important, you know, because it's through samples that you are able to know, oh, this supplier, I can trust them, and this supplier, I cannot trust them. And when we talk about samples, I want you to know something. You will get that some of the suppliers, they are actually willing to send you a free sample, which sometimes I feel like this is amazing, because you'll be able to, you'll be able to have a look at this product when you have not actually incurred any price. However, you will also find that some of these suppliers, they actually overcharge for one single product. They actually overcharge it, and it can become very, very expensive. As much as you feel like it is too much expensive, this is what I usually say. It might be expensive, yes, to import one product. But for me, I usually say I would rather spend $50. I would rather spend maybe $20 or $30 importing one item, rather than, wasting my $100, wasting my, not even 100, wasting my $1,000, it is a lot. And then ujipate too, the kind of products that you have been brought, it's something that you cannot actually even use. You personally, you can't even use, and you wonder, should I donate, should I throw it away, all this frustration. So to avoid all this, always try for something like a sample, because this is going to help you. Unless, I usually say unless, in a situation whereby I have given you a supplier, and not just given you, I have told you that this is a supplier whom I'm working with, then at least there is some confidence of this one, because this is a supplier whom we have been working with, then it becomes easier. But otherwise, and not just telling you, you have seen my product, because I could be happy with this supplier, but maybe the kind of product that I have, it's not something that you personally would want to have. So a sample, it's very, very, very important. All right. Something else that I always say is that, you see, for example, with supplier, when it comes to suppliers, we've got different kinds of suppliers. And apart from the different kinds of suppliers, like the manufacturers, and the traders and the agencies and the sort, remember, we've got also scammers. You'll find that we have this kind of scammers who will just post a product, maybe let's say, for example, on Alibaba, they will post this product, they just correct a video from a different supplier, and then they just post it on their, on their shop. So it's always good that you have an interaction with the supplier. Tell them, I would like to see a video of this product. Not professional, not a professional video. The one that you took using your phone. The one you took using your phone. This way it becomes much more easier. Do you know why? If it's a scam agent and they do not have such kind of a video, they only have professional videos. And you know, sometimes professional videos, sorry to say so, but it is the truth, they somehow exaggerate a little bit, right? But when you have a real video, you know, someone using their phone, it means that you are even able to see the small details, you know, the small details of that product. And then this way you are able to decide, is this a product that I want to buy, or it's something that I wouldn't want to buy. You know, you are able to decide this way. Another point in addition to negotiation, once you conclude everything with your supplier and now your goods are ready to be shipped, you will find that most of the suppliers, they will say for the local shipping, you know, shipping from your supplier all the way to the warehouse or to your agency, they have a shipping fee. And I remember recently, last week, I was chatting with several suppliers. I want to ship some items, and I think one of the suppliers told me that they were charging local transport fee is $8. Another one said $6, and another one said if I could import a larger quantity, then they can do free delivery within China. So I was like, well, if you have a chance, not if you have a chance, whenever you are talking with the suppliers, just request them. Would you provide free shipping within China? You just tell them it's going to be too much, you know, because I have shipping costs within China, and also I'll be having shipping costs from China all the way to my country. Okay, so try to negotiate in all these terms, because at the end of the day, as a business person, what is it? You would want to get something which is great. You would want to get a quality product, but at a minimal cost, definitely to maximize your profit. So try to negotiate in all these terms. Another thing, you need to be aware, where is your supplier located? Where is your supplier located? You'll find that in China, different cities or different localities, they specialize in a particular thing. And this way, because we've got so many shipping agencies, we have got so many warehouses, at least you need to have a look, who is the closest, ni warehouse gani ko karibu na huyo supplier wangu, so that this way you are able to minimize on the cost of transport, just in case your supplier says that, oh, that is very far, I cannot ship a goods for free, you know. There was this time, by the way, I had a supplier based in Beijing, and I wanted my commodities to go all the way to Guangzhou. I don't know why I had to choose this supplier. I think it's because I realized the supplier had some very, very unique products and I had not seen them before. So I got very interested in these products. And so I thought maybe I can use this supplier I can buy from this supplier. But now this supplier, the kind of quotation that they gave me, shipping the goods from Beijing all the way to Guangzhou, it was very, very high. And after doing my calculation, I was like, oh my goodness, I think this is not going to make any sense. So in this case, I didn't have a warehouse around Beijing. So what did I do? I had to change the supplier, because if I decide to ship that kind of a product, I did the calculation and it is not going to make sense to me. It's not going to make sense to me. So you need also to be aware of this, okay? You need to be aware. And so you are only going to be aware by knowing where is your supplier based. And I'm assuming at this point, you already know where is your warehouse based. And then you ask, how much are you going to charge for this? If you see it's way high, you can always negotiate. But if you feel that supplier amefika mwisho, na pia ukiangalia hiyo hesabu, it makes sense. It makes sense at all, because lazima uunganishe your cost, the shipping cost in China, that is the quality cost, and also the cost from China all the way to your country. Is it going to make sense? You are a business person, and at the end of the day, you want to make profit. All right. The other thing that you should be aware of, you need to be aware and choose wisely which is the most appropriate method for shipping my goods. Is it via air? Is it via sea? And which one is going to make sense to me? Which one is going to make sense to me? And with this, you need to look at all factors, the urgency, the cost of transporting this good. You need to be aware of all of this. I need to go back to something else that I have just remembered. When it comes to suppliers, you need to compare, and compare suppliers. And when you are comparing, that's why I said sample, it's very important. And as you compare, as much as I said that you need to have a look at the price, if it's way down cheap, then sometimes it can be suspicious. If it's way very high, then you need to negotiate. But sometimes you'll find that a supplier is not willing to go down. You need to be aware of this. You need to be aware that a supplier could be very expensive, but their quality is not good. And a supplier could be cheap and their goods are better. The quality is better. So that's why I always insist on quality. And I remember this one day. I had to ship, I had to buy some, there were some kids' coats to jacket, not to jacket. I don't know how to call them, like not sweaters, but they were like, let me call them some coat for the kids. And I needed to buy 3 of them. I remember all of them, they were supposed to be in color red. So I decided, I bought 2 of them. I wanted to buy from one supplier because of the, the shipping stuff and, the complications, because there are not many. I wanted to buy from one supplier, but the sizes that I needed, I realized I couldn't get one size from this one supplier. So what did I do? I bought 2 from one supplier and 1 from another supplier. And where I bought these two items, the supplier was kind of cheap. Yeah, the supplier was kind of cheap. Where I bought this other one, the supplier was expensive. So I was trying to push him down or reduce the price, but akakata. But because I was in love with this coat, I decided like, well, wacha tu ikuje iko tu sawa. So they came. Do you know what happened after they arrived? The two of them, remember, they were cheaper. The quality was so nice. The red, yani ilikuwa tu red, imeshika vizuri. But for this one, the one but for this one, remember, it was expensive, but ilikuwa inakaa red, imefade, something yenye hata wewe haije kupendeza at all. But remember, you see the pictures that they had posted, they were all the same. That's why I'm also insisting on something else. You need to ask for those videos using the supplier's phone. This way you are able to see how, the small details of this product, And I also insist on something else. Remember, China always make every item in different qualities. Mfuko yako inasema. But in this case, I guess the supplier was just trying to make advantage or something. So always ask for samples, and this way it's going to help you. Guys, I know there are so many tips that I have not even yet covered. There are so many things as a mini importer or as a beginner you need to learn when you are importing. Make sure, guys, you can join our masterclass. It's only 2,000 Kenya shillings, whereby I'm able to take you through every step. Here I'm just giving some highlights here and there. So guys, you are free to join that group anytime. I will leave my number over here. Someone complained that wherever I leave my number on the description box, they are not able to see it. So I'll leave my number over here, and then you can always contact me and tell me that you want to join the class. Now that we are talking about business, how can we forget about money? Do you know how to call money in Chinese? We say qian, qian, qian. I want you just to know this one word, qian. And if you want to ask how much is it, you can say 这个多少钱? Just memorize qian. Qian, it means money. Bye bye. Until next time. 再见.